Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you're having a blessed day. I am outside today. It is wonderful weather. There's no clouds at all, so I thought I might as well be outside. I'm going to do a tarot reading today, and we're going to do it in regards to Mercury Retrograde. Now, Mercury Retrograde is almost over, but we do still have until the 9th until Mercury goes direct again. So I did want to kind of do a recap as to the energies that we've already gone through and what is about to happen on the 4th, because we are going to have a transition on the 4th to a different energy cycle. So without further ado, I'm going to do just a 3-card today because I don't want too much information. I think that we've already lived it, so we know a lot about how it was. There's my 3 cards. And we start off with the High Priestess, the Princess of Swords, and the Prince of Pentacles. So let's go back to the beginning of Mercury Retrograde, which was on February 16th. So we've already been in it for quite a while. First of all, it was retrograding through Pisces, and Pisces is the planet of our emotions. It's a water sign, so it's very flowing, it's very changeable, and this past February month, I know that a lot of people were dealing with some hard times, their emotions kind of coming up and getting the better of them. This High Priestess card is also kind of about that. So the High Priestess is a card that represents Pisces in a way, so it has the same kind of emotional qualities of that. It's definitely a water card. It's definitely something that has to do with emotions and spirituality. So the higher realms as far as our chakras and our energy fields. In the beginning of this Mercury retrograde, it was very hard emotionally for a lot of people, and it had to cause us to really take a hard look and go into ourselves to be more spiritual, be more connected. And that manifested in regards to these 2 things: our thoughts and our finances. So this emotional influx has caused us to go inside and connect with our true selves more, and then use that to take a hard look at what's going on in our minds and what's going on in our banks and our jobs and our careers. I did a reading earlier about this where I talked about what was going to happen as we went into Pisces season, and it talked about how there was going to be influx that caused us to take a hard look at what was going to happen in our lives, and that we are no longer putting up with what doesn't connect to us. This Mercury retrograde is one of the first steps of this year that is trying to kick that out of us, kick that idea of working for something that is not what we connect with. This is what it's saying right now, is that we are in the moment where we are taking a hard look at what's going on in our lives, in our emotions, in our wants and needs and desires, and applying them to our lives so that we can change. I will lay just a couple more cards to get more clarity as to this. This is very interesting. So the 3 more cards that I have laid, these will be the last 3. 8 of Swords, the World card, and the Moon card. This is super powerful. This is a lot of energy in this reading. We have the High Priestess, the World, the Moon. We have 3 major arcanas. We have 2 prince/princess ones. So let me dive into this. Recap. We are connecting, taking a look at our lives, our careers, our thoughts, our minds. We've been stuck in a position in our minds where we've kind of been going around in circles about things up until this point. And that may be what caused us to have this emotional breakdown or these influx of emotions to rise up. But there's been something that we've been going back and forth and round and round and round in our minds about We also have the World, which is very positive because it indicates that everything that is supposed to happen and is happening is working for our highest being. So we need to not be fearful. We need to move forward. We need to continue to take this look at our lives because it is for the best. It is what we are divinely inspired to be doing right now. And we should not stop doing that because it is important work. The final card we have is the Moon card, and the Moon is the symbol of emotionality. It is the symbol of Pisces. The Moon is the symbol of Pisces, which is the era that we just were in. The High Priestess is also a very heavy Pisces card. So we've got two Pisces things going on. This is important. This season of emotionality, this influx, these frustrations with communication, all of these kinds of things that have been happening for the past month, it's been important for getting us and preparing us for what's next, because the world is moving us in this way. We are on the right path. We are not in an incorrect path right now. We are being guided. We are just being guided through some turbulence that will strengthen us. And life does that a lot. So this is an important time. See it as an opportunity to grow. Don't see it as an opportunity to fail. Don't see it as something that's going to hold you back. And don't get caught up, Feel the emotions, but then leave them there and move on. Because the emotions are not there to bring you into a negative space. The emotions are there to bring you out of that negative space into a higher level of your own life. We are still in ascending pattern. So this is just another step that's getting us there. And I know I said I wasn't going to lay another card, but I'm going to anyways because I like to sum up my readings. Oh, beautiful. The Sun, which is kind of what I just said. Positive. Be positive. Be happy. This whole part of our lives is surrounded by happiness. Maybe it's underlying, but the reason behind this is for true happiness to come into our lives, something that is stronger than what we have had before. And in order to get those things, you do have to look deeply into yourself and start to think, what makes me happy? So what makes you happy? All right. Thank you so much. I hope you think about that and have a great rest of your week. Bye.